Google recently ended its 3-year Google Glass experiment since it failed to become a consumer hit. Certain industry workers were more intrigued than the average person on the street. With that strategic learning lesson, Sony making a similar product. It's called a smart eyeglass, but only for industrial use. Smart eyeglass up for pre-order today in the UK and Germany. Venturebeat News editor Harrison Weber with me now. Harrison, great to see you. So how does Sony see the use? I mean, they've made it clear, I can tell, that it's really just for industrial purposes, but which ones?
Well, what's funny about this is that if you look at the demos that have been released, we're looking at some consumer use cases. And yet, in the press releases, the ultimate goal is to target industries where maybe there'll be,
like manufacturing is one that I read.
Yeah, hands-on, kind of hands-on manufacturing work is the use case that they're pitching to developers.
Okay, so I mentioned this idea of the pre-order possible in Germany and the UK. What's the timing of the product release? When will people actually get their hands on them?
Well, developers can pre-order the device now in the UK and Germany, and we'll be able to get our hands on it, let's see, in a month. But unfortunately, consumer release is not quite ready.
Not quite ready. And I did read, okay, if people want to use this for gaming, that's fine. But the marketing message seems to be industry, industry, industry. What are the main differences, other than usage, maybe even technical hardware differences, between Sony's augmented reality, Google's or goggles, whatever you want to call them, versus Google Glass?
Oh, you mean
just the way that it looks, the way that it feels, the weight, the materials?
Exactly. So there's a lot of different needs. If you're going to be going after industry, which Google Glass actually got some love in the enterprise sectors. If you're going to go after industry, it doesn't have to be quite as fashionable. It doesn't have to be quite as slim. These are actually, these are companies that are actually interested in investing in them.
There are companies that are investing. How much is it going to cost, the Sony product?
Just $840. And I say just, it kind of sounds ridiculous to say that. If you want to compare it to Google Glass, that started at $1,500. So Sony's is kind of a bargain, and it's really the only major option for enterprises right now.
And also, if corporations are paying that price tag, it's a different kind of ask than appealing to a consumer one-on-one, as you say, to spend more than $1,000 as Google did. We know that Google has also said, listen, we're taking a break right now from Google Glass, but it will be back, right? They gave it to Tony Fadell, who is the founder of Nest, and said, okay, he's going to sort of retweak and retool it. You'll see it again. So it seems like Google will eventually have another product. Sony certainly has one. What other companies are you watching for this kind of augmented reality?
So the biggest one is Microsoft and their HoloLens, but it's a little bit different of an experience. It's an augmented reality experience versus, potentially true virtual reality. But one of the big things right now, like the key things, is that Sony's project is going to be available to developers quicker. It's also, it seems to be quite a lot simpler, which maybe that means it'll actually work, or maybe it'll totally fall short when compared to Microsoft's HoloLens.
All right, but it sounds like, from an editorial point of view, you feel like, okay, Sony is in the lead right this second.
Well, at least Sony has something that we can, we're almost ready to play with. So that's worth noting.
All right, very good, sir. Great to see you. Thanks for coming in. Harrison Weber joining us there. He is with Venturebeat. He is the news editor there. More on risk and reward coming up.